want to live be life, but I swear it's not easy. I've been rapping my own man, I'm getting the market with doing, I'm breaking the profit. On my way, people calling me names, all the trouble I see, I ain't do at the peace. When no suffering, no sources, I can't pay the code, only how I get paid. Sooner or later, my hustle pay. Let pay, and I'm rushing myself. Keep it cool, everything have a CC. Too much rushing, I probably chasing. One day, one day. I'll get it cool. One day,
my hustle gonna pay one day. Any mistake gonna see my face. If I know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Any mistake gonna see my face. If I know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. Yeah. My mama was so worried. My papa was so worried. My friend was your money. Any mess that will come on and miss. Oh, you're gonna be. Oh, you're gonna be. Oh, you're gonna be. Oh, you're gonna be. So I on my way. 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 I'm on my way to this place and I'm looking for money. Looking for money, oh. Looking for money. I want make mama happy. Want make papa happy. Want make all my brothers and sisters to come around me.
Yeah, capital cool. Why you know you hustle? Why saying the Pope by the Genesis? Shall come into power, shall come into power. I feel that be working on Wednesday. In my love for the mile, in my love for the map. All in the dark, all in the dark, all in the week, all in the week. All in the sun, the
mama was so worried.
No for air.
My papa was so worried. My friend was your money. Any mess that will come on that miss. Oh, you're gonna be. Oh, you're gonna be. Oh, you're gonna be. So I on my way. 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 I on my way.
Armando, you are a famous star now. So what do you have to say to the audience out there?
Okay, well, to the audience out there, I want to say keep focused, believe in your hustle, and one day you're going to pay. And I also want to say a big thanks to my mom, who always been there for me, in my Chicago. Mommy, I love you, and I'm coming back soon.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to a Total Commander, Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. We rise to another day of 57 degrees in Rhode Island. 3 days in a row now, 57 degrees. We wake up to 57 degrees. And every time we wake up to 57 degrees, we're not going much higher than the low 70s. Same thing today. We wake up with 57 degrees. Our high is going to be in the low 70s or even 70. The weather for the first part of the day is raining and cloudy. In the end of the day, it may be better. The sun might come up. You never know. But here we are today with our lesson again, and good news. Our city is still standing, despite the fact that our mayor, Ilosa, tested positive for COVID-19. But he's doing okay. He's still on the job. I saw him this morning in the news. I was surprised to hear that he tested positive for COVID. But I guess nobody is immune to this disease or pandemic. Mayor, speedy recovery, Godspeed. Okay, we also know that the basketball finals go on. Celtics and the Warriors. You basketball enthusiasts, check it out. Since Michael Jordan left the basketball scene, I lost interest in basketball. It's hard. I can't get it back. And look at when Jordan left the game, he just took everything with the game, and the game is no more fun. I mean, I can watch it once in a while now. I can stand it. But after he left, the game just became a shooting game. There was no finesse. There was no style. People weren't charging the rim as he was doing it, with that kind of finesse. So I just lost interest. Now I'm getting it back a little bit at a time. To you enthusiasts, I hope you feel the same way about the game. Okay? Now, you see our country and what is happening in our country. For over 40 years, our people have remained divided over foolishness. Yes, we had a tribal war. Yes, we had ethnic problems. But for 40, 50 years, the same thing took us into a civil war. We come out of the civil war. We fall into the same trap of deceptive leaders, corrupt leaders, and the mindset of our people has not improved. It's gotten worse because if it had improved, these people wouldn't be doing the thing they're doing. And we can address those things today. Because the Liberian people are good people, strong people, resilient people. So my first topic for today is Rise Up Liberians. Or Rise Up Liberian people. We are one. Then my topic come around. Rise up, Liberian people. We are one. 2, the current health status of the Liberian nation. And 3, friends of Rodney Chesson CEO, Roland, Sonh, Joloka should be coming on to tell us what they're doing on the campus. Okay, this is where we are this morning. So let me take a break, a coffee break, and I'll be back to start my first topic. Rise up, Liberian people. We are one. I can't further express or reiterate this point. It has been reiterated time and time over and over again from 1980 to this very day. Liberian people, we are one. Liberian people, we are one. Liberian people, we are one. When has and will this ever resonate in the minds of our people. When will we ever wake up to the ideal and sense that we are one people? Because if we don't, our country will not develop. It will not develop. No matter how we strive, we can build the roads, we can do that. We will always have massive stealing, massive corruption, massive inefficiency in our country. Our people will suffer. We may build the roads and things, but our people's mentalities will not transform to meet the changing times in this era. If we fail ourselves again, we failed ourselves before. Look at since 1980 to today, we have not led our country in the right direction. Our indigenous people rose up to free themselves from the shackles of the past regimes, from the shackles of deceptions and lies and betrayal and negativity. Our people rose up. Yes, people were hurt. People were killed. We accepted that sacrifice for the betterment of our nation and our people. But look where we are today. After all these years of striving to change our country, of striving to build a better society for our people and the future for our children, look where we are today, my people. It does not represent the ideals and dreams of the fathers and people of the era when our people rose up against the old regime. The purpose for which they rose up, the ideals that govern their uprising. We do not represent that today. And for me, I feel like I lost a lot. Not only did I lose my father, I lost my status in my society that I have fought to build by myself. I'm an outside child. Whatever I do in my society, I build it for myself. I build it for myself. I didn't want to be under my father's name. I didn't want to practice law because my father was one of the biggest lawyers in my nation. I didn't want to fall into that footstep where I would be judged. My performance in my legal practice would be based on the people's judgment of my performance against his. No, that's why I never wanted to practice law, because it wouldn't have been my own upliftment. I will always be overshadowed by what my father did. And these are the situations in our society, in a small society, that keep people from excelling. Because when you have people in certain families that excel, people hold their whole family to that standard. You see, and anybody who gets in the field of that profession of the leader of that family that took the family to that status, people will always judge you based on their level. And that is what happened in our society today. Because everything that's going on, we're not looking at innovative ways. We're not looking at innovative standards. Our mentalities are stuck in the old ages where we're still judging people on the standards of our old leaders. And this does not benefit us. This will not lead us to a better era. Our minds have to and must change with the changing time. If we want Liberia to change, we must look for better leaders who will give us better opportunities, and we must be able to accept them and not be afraid to reach out to these people and say, come lead us. Let's see what you got. Because our old leaders continue to deceive and betray us for their own aggrandizement or upliftment. And it hurts our society. It hurts our people because they want to breed up new Liberians to be like them. That's why they dismiss other Liberians and keep the society close knit so they can raise people up just like them with their own mentality to perpetrate their corruption and don't check and balance them. Don't try to punish them for their corruption. So they block the system to change and they breed people who accept the same mentality and philosophy of corruption and stealing and evil. But we can't go on. We can't go on. This path does not benefit us. Because why? When you do this kind of corruption, these kind of evil, corrupt practices, you have to maintain yourself and your status quo. And in order to do that, you impugn progress and advancement in our country. You impugn the mentality of our people. You keep them low and mediocre. And you don't give our people the opportunities to think and rise and be better. So you keep recycling the same criminals, doing the same thing over and over, and trying to tell us it's different and it's better. And our young people don't know any better. They don't know any better. So they keep accepting it. Now it's getting to the boiling point where we're going back to 1980, where our university students are beginning to disrespect the leaders of the West African Republic of Liberia, begin to run them off campus with slogans and yells of rogues, rogue, TV, John Polico. These are things that happened in 1980 that we're supposed to be far above and advanced against. We're going back to them. We're going back to them. Because when our leaders come into power and tell us to do things for our people and our nation, and we consistently see that these leaders are liars and deceptive people who come with intentions only to build their own lives and their friends and use the same old means of corruption and stealing to make us think they're inventing new things to block us out of our own governmental processes and governance. These people hurt us time and time again. And we continue to accept it, we continue to accept it. We continue to think it's all right for us. You know, when people like me, Rodney Chesson talk, they say, oh, my Chesson, not my Chesson crazy. Yeah, am I crazy? You sure I'm crazy? But my message is the same. My message has not changed since 1980 to this very day. We can do better as a people. If I did not believe in my indigenous people, I would not have accepted the 1980 coup. If I didn't believe in my people, I would be resistant to the coup and everything that it stands for. But I believed, and most of all in 1980, when the coup happened, I believed that our nation was growing, but not growing effectively. Yes, we had all these things Toba were bringing for us, but the unification and integration of our people was not working. You still had cliques of Congo people sitting together and talking about they can't mix with other people. You still had, even on continent, when I first got there and you go to the dining room, group of people sitting one side in the table and wait for other people. And all of them, leaders, children, and relatives, and the rest of the indigenous people sitting everywhere else. I could never join that clique. That's why they used to call me country. Oh, leave that country, man. Yeah, I go country. Because I was Liberian. I didn't believe in that clique. I still don't believe in it. So when I sit with my people, I sit with everybody. I go sit with myself. People want to join me, you join me. But I don't take sides. Even to this very day, look at the electoral processes in Liberia. I ain't taking sides in it. I'm a soldier. I'm a security man. I don't take sides in electoral processes. I don't. It's just my nature. Okay? Some people in our system have to remain neutral and focus on the nation and our patriotic duties, while other people fight for political power. But some of us have to remain firm and consistent in our beliefs to stay out of politics so we can retain our nation and the status quo of peace and stability. Or else our country will run amok, just like it's doing now. Look at all the killing in the country. Look at all the murders. Look at all the stealing in the country. Because there is no check and balance. There are no people in Liberia who are patriotic enough to say we stand and stop the malfeasances that will be perpetrated against our country during any era. We will not participate in politics. We will not participate in the yo-yo. We'll be there for security and national security issues. Until and unless we do these kind of things, these people will rob our country and sell it. They will sell it. Because there is no way that our indigenous people can have been rising since 1980. And after 40 years today, we've been through a civil war and all, and our attitudes and behaviors have not changed. It is the same way as we were in 1980 because we're repeating the same practices and behaviors and habits that never change. How does it benefit our indigenous people? It doesn't. It doesn't. And it's not the indigenous people, it's our indigenous leaders. It's our indigenous leaders. When the leaders have no concept of the duties and responsibilities to their people and are so greedy and self-conscious and self-centered that they betray the nation that they vow to protect and lead, we have serious leadership problems. Look at our country, man. Our country is overrun by feces and dirt and nastiness. There is no way people who love this country will stand up for this kind of thing among us. There's no way. There's no way, man. And enough is enough. They use the Congo country devour. I talk about oh, Chesson are Congo, man. The Congo people are steal. How long will we deal with this kind of thing here, man? People that steal our town. How long will we deal with it? We can't deal with it no more. It's killing our country. And y'all better wake up and come to your damn senses. It's killing our country. People can't just steal and say, oh, you did it in our town to do it, or the Congo people, you're enjoying. No, we can't continue on this trend. It's killing our country. It's killing our children. It's killing our people. Look how we cry because our babies are dying and left in the back of pickups and trucks to rot. To rot. Our children. We can't even announce that they're missing. You mean all the baby phone in the back of the truck or pickup or whatever it is today? Decayed. Rickamuffins. Finish setting through the baby. All the hands already frozen in position. How long will go through this? And people crying now. Oh, my baby. We've been doing this thing forever, man. No security in our country. No water. No light. No good governance. How long will we go through this thing? Then you're pointing finger. Oh, Chesson and y'all did it before. Then our time to do it. Then your time to do what? 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 All the stealing in our country. All the people taking our money and using it for the personal universities and hospitals. What is it doing for our country? Nothing. We can't continue on this trend, my people. The time of the Liberian people is now. We got to come to our senses. We got to take a step back. We can't love George Weah to the extent that it will kill our country and our people. We can't. You got to wake up and come to your senses, man. At some point, you got to say enough is enough. We want our country back. Okay? So let me just delve right into my second topic about the health condition of our country because the first part is interrelated to the second part. I just wanted to separate it to bring this distinct recognition of the problem in our country as a separate topic. But look at the health condition. The health condition of our nation is a direct result of the nastiness and incompetence of the leadership of our country to provide health and sanitation for our people. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And you can tell we have lost God in Liberia because our country can't be so nasty. Our country can't be so dirty. And my indigenous people, I got too much faith in y'all, man, for you to let these people lead our country in this kind of incompetent, nasty manner that does not represent who my Liberian people truly are. It does not represent us. This does not even represent the native leadership of our country. This is a stealing, corrupt, useless, God-forsaken leadership of George Weah. It does not represent our indigenous leadership. Our indigenous leadership is far better than this, man. Our people care for each other. Look at our roads. Look at the people standing in mud to help the cars to get out of the mud. And yet, they have depleted all our road funds because these incompetent, useless people have no knowledge of how to gain money. They have depleted our salary funds, and now they go into the road funds to pay salaries. Our country is going down bad. It's going down bad. Because if these people cannot meet the salary of our people, how can they meet the health needs of our country? They can't. Now we talk about monkeypox. We talk about all these kind of poxes in Liberia, these kind of diseases. Right now, the Liberian children have no access to care, to formulas. Just like America, they don't have no access to vaccinations they need. People are talking about how Liberian children will start dying because they don't have the treatment they need right now. When the leadership is bad, you cannot expect good things to come out of bad leadership. And enough is enough. Behind me is a picture of the corruption group, Santel and the other. This is a coalition of different groups that's standing for justice and democracy and rule of law in Liberia, all of that. They too, they want accountability in our country. The laws we got in the book now they're not working. We need a criminal court. The establishment of a separate court just to deal with corruption and stealing, all these other crimes, economic crimes. We need a court to deal with that. And how are these people pleading for? Okay. At the school, they're talking about it too. Well, we have no standing laws on how to deal with criminal activities in corruption in government. They want to give the Liberian Corruption Agency more power to prosecute people, because right now the powers of the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission is useless. It's weak. They can't prosecute people. So they want them to have the power to do that. There were certain other things in it was for the betterment of our country too. That has to do with improving our laws and services of our country. So here we are again with the same Section 7. The health condition of the country terrible. The leadership is terrible. The leadership is incompetent, useless, and we can't go on like this. Our people must elect good leaders who are proven community service people to lead us. We got to veer away from this too much politics and look to good leadership and to select these people. In every history, in every country's history, there have been times when the people themselves did not care about good leadership. I remember I was reading the story, listening to the story about, was it Thomas Jefferson? No, I was Teddy Roosevelt. When he ran for president of America, he came with all these ideas from school. But when he went to to encourage the people to vote for him, the people didn't give a damn about his degree or anything. All the people wanted to drink and have fun. And he found that the other parties people won because they were buying more liquor than him. They were having more liquor and booze and entertainment for the people than him. So what he did, he borrowed money, bought nothing but booze and entertainment, and won the presidency. And when he won the presidency, he had the opportunity to transform the leadership of the country from that kind of thing what like George we are doing now, just partying and drinking, to a better leadership for the United States of America. So the leader makes a difference. The leader makes a difference. But it's not only the leaders. I mean, it's not only the leader, the president, who is the president. Because you often hear Henry Costa talk about the president, the president. Yes, the president can guide the country into a different direction if the people are not conscious of their own upliftment and direction. Like under America, Thomas Roosevelt out there and led us from this idea of drinking and partying during election time to thinking seriously about our leaders. So he directed us from that. But when the people are conscious already, the leader does not need to direct them. The people will direct themselves. So it doesn't matter who is president. If we have good leaders in our country, if we have good representatives, good senators elected by the people, representing the people in the true nature of their professions, our country will be guided and the president will be guided in the right way. So it all depends on us. It all depends on us because we are the masters of our own fate. We are the masters of our own destiny. And we continue to fail. The only reason all these things happen in our period because we are ignorant. Because we are blind. The masses of people blind. And it's easier to be betrayed by your own tribe of people than to see truth and tell your own tribe of people, no, that's not the right way. You're lying. You just want to uplift yourself and your family, but that's not the right way. This is the right way. See, you got to be sincere. Leadership got to be based on sincerity and integrity for democracy to work. That's the basis of democracy. The leaders must have integrity. You need to be truthful to the people. But let me rest all those two things because with all the bad leadership, nothing good can happen in our country. Look at the current health situation. It's terrible because massive corruption. People that they are sending them still talking now. Our $16 billion missing, our $25 million still have not been accounted for. Ellie Johnson said his son messed up our oil company for $10 million, and she said she would take responsibility for it. She didn't give her our money back. So what happened to our money? What happened to our money? What happened to our money? All these people stealing our money. All these money is going. How can we build anything in our country? We can't. We can't. So until unless we take responsibility for our own nation and the development and progress and advancement, these people leading us will run us amok. The time of the Liberian people is now. I'll leave you with this message. Think, think, think. And be willing to change your mentalities for the progress and advancement of our nation. It's not about tribe. It's not about family. It's not about influential people over us. It's about our nation and our ideals for making our nation and people a united and great nation. Nothing can stop us from doing it, but we have to have the ideals in our minds. If our minds still clinging to tribalism, to our cousins and things, or we just have no idea of what we want in life, we just want booze and have fun and use the election to get the money to buy booze, and it will harm us forever. But that is the nature of certain peoples in certain society. I told you, Teddy Roosevelt said it happened during his before he became president of America. So there's the same thing happening in our country. The people are not serious about our leadership, about who rule our country. They just don't care. And let anybody get out, man. Let's go on. Until we get leaders who really, really want to see us rise, we will continue to be on this path of mediocrity. My class on these two topics is done. Okay, so let me take a break down. I will call in my CEO so we can talk about what happening on the camp in Buduburam. Okay? Stand by, people. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just called my CEO, Mr. Roland Sonh Joloka. I'm waiting for him to come on so he can tell us what happened on the campus today. You know, they got the new staff uniforms that were sent to them months ago. It just finally arrived with a shipment, and all of them supposed to be in uniform today. He was in uniform 2 days ago, last week, I think. Today, yeah, last week. He was in uniform last week, and 2 days ago, and he looked fine. Now everybody got their uniform, and they're supposed to be in school today. So the CEO is supposed to come on. I hope he's not having air difficulty, connection difficulty. So he's supposed to come on and let's talk about what's happening there. You know, the school building, the other part of the school building is finished. It's complete. Oh, yeah, he is. Mr. Roland Sonh, Joloka.
Yeah, good morning, Chief Agent.
How are you?
Yeah, this is the CEO. Yeah, I'm okay. Good morning, all to my listener, my viewer around the world.
Yeah,
Right now, I'm in my baking room right now. Into my car for there, you'll see me clear. Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything is going on fine this morning. I'm doing rock cake this morning.
you're doing round cake?
Rock cake.
Oh, rock cake.
Yeah, rock cake. Sorry, rock cake. Sorry, rock cake. You know, I ain't a baking, but rock cake. I think that rock cake we're doing today.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
find out.
So far, so far I'm doing rock cake today.
Who
Now,
teaching?
amen, say amen.
Okay,
Say
let me
amen,
see.
say amen.
Okay. You recorded and send it for us to see?
I say me on board today. Yeah,
You recorded for us to see?
yeah. Sure,
So
definitely.
how they build it?
Definitely.
So how
But
they
I want to update you.
So how they yes.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
but now we'll start in the new building. Yeah, bought pin yesterday, two bought pin yesterday. But next week we'll start painting. Maybe tomorrow or Tuesday we'll start painting the new classroom. Yeah. Yeah, I bought pin yesterday. Maybe by next week we'll be painting the place. The new classroom we're trying to move there by next week. So far,
So
another
yeah,
development on ground so far.
so you
Yeah.
decided to move the school and pick up into the bigger building?
Yeah, we'll be moving next week in the new building by Grace of God. We'll do the painting this week. Or next week Tuesday. Day off, we'll do the painting next week Tuesday. By Wednesday we'll move by Grace of God. Yeah.
Well, good luck.
So far. So far.
Well, good luck, Roland.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Yes, you can see Amy for yourself.
Hi.
Hi, Teacher Area. What kind of cake you baking today?
So when I came baking today.
Rocket.
Say rock cake. Hold on. Need to hear me from there. Hold on. I come in. Okay. Hi, Amy.
Yeah, please, we are doing rocket today.
Raw, R-A-W?
Thanks for the rock.
ROCK.
Oh, rock cake.
Yeah,
Okay.
TAKE.
Okay. Okay, so what will all be the different chocolates and things like that?
The chocolate.
I said, what will be in the cake? What will be in the cake?
Yes, we will soon start. They are doing like step by step. So the cake will almost be the last.
Oh, we're all in the cake. We're all in the rock cake.
Not hearing.
You getting you?
Yeah, the cake. They will face cake. They will face cake.
I said, where all they going to put in the cake to make it rock?
So we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Things that will face cake on the curriculum.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the curriculum. This is sugar pastry.
All right. Very soon we'll get a cake.
Okay.
You can see students around, everybody facing now. You can see them for yourself.
Yeah.
See a student, everybody facing. You ain't probably go. Say speak to you. Everybody greeting you. Yeah, baby.
I was asking her why they call it rock cake.
Baby say, why you call rock cake?
It's another pastry.
Hold on, I'll say explain to you.
It's another type of sugar pastry. When you see it almost in the form of shortbread, but the recipe, the flour is higher than the shortbread on the flour. So it's another type of sugar pastry. Yeah.
Okay, we'll be watching you.
That's all he's just looking.
We'll be
You
watching
getting
you.
all right?
Yeah, I told her we'll be watching.
I told her that you know who watching her. Who watching her? I told you know.
You record the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said we'll watch her. We'll watch her fixing it.
Now, this morning, I'm doing some places in the morning. Now we're baking now.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just on now.
Yeah. I say in the kitchen, I'm baking, I'm cooking the morning too.
Okay, good
Yeah.
luck to all of
So,
you. We'll watch the
yeah, okay.
video.
One law. Aluda. 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 Aluda.
Send us the video.
Yeah.
So why is it?
Aluta.
Aluda.
Take care, man.
How about
Aluta.
you?
Take care.
Okay.
See you. Take care.
Okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my people on the Buduburam refugee camp in Ghana, they are baking rock cake today. So when the video come up tomorrow, you'll be able to watch them fix the rock cake. I thank you all for viewing, and it's time to leave. Have a good day. Yes, it's time to leave, and